Thanks for joining us on the NCCAA Championship Network. I'm Dean Jackson. It's game number 4 of the opening day. Judson taking on Brewton-Parker College from Mount Vernon, Georgia. Judson from Elgin, Illinois. The shot is up and no good by Brewton-Parker. So Judson will keep possession of the basketball. Eagles 15-15 on the season. Brewton-Parker 18-12 overall. Judson, the home team on the scoreboard, picking up the first basket. And all tied up. Johnson with a basket, and Hadley most recently for Brewton-Parker. 8:39 to play first quarter. Great to have you along as we come to you from Winona Lake, Indiana. Grace College, the home of this tournament. So Wright will go to the line. Wright is a 5'7" junior from Oregon, Illinois, Oregon High School. It is up, it is good. From the outside, no good. Brewton-Parker with the basketball. Shot is up from the wing, no good. Missed from Wilds. Circling the wagons. Haynes will backpedal a bit near the half court. That's King, and now over to Haynes. Now she will pop one up from 3. Nice rebound, pulled down from Galloway. Underneath, no good. Wright with the rebound. Cross court, calling out the plays. The junior Wright leading the offense, pulls up from 19. Nothing but net. Answering the three-pointer with another three-pointer. Judson, a perfect 100%. From behind the arc, they just took their first shot. Wright having no doubt about it on that shot. 6-5 the score. Judson will get tallied with the foul. That will go on Mahar. Mahar wearing the headband. Well, actually several players wearing the headbands. She is tie ball game, 6-6. Haynes, 2 for 2. She has not missed a shot of any form tonight. And she now has 4 points. 5 points, excuse me. Brewton-Parker, as we mentioned, from Mount Vernon, Georgia. Finished the regular season 18-10. Haynes will go to the line where she is a perfect 2 for 2. She's got 5 points this afternoon. Haynes from Augusta, Georgia. Lincoln Country High School. That one is up and spins away. A 5'9" junior. Barron's got here after beating Piedmont 93-74 in the South region. Emmeline Wright will bring it in. 5'7" junior. Pressure is on, and there it comes up big. And Brewton-Parker can't hang on to it. Short station-to-station passing, bring it across to Wright. 6:47 to play, first quarter. Banks deals it inside into the paint. Pruitt, she'll put it up, got it. And Galloway getting into the act now as Brewton-Parker makes it an 11-8 game. Wright will launch another three, and she's perfect. Folks, just so you know, there have been 5 3-pointers taken. There's been 1 miss, and we have played all of 1 minute or 2 minutes and 7 seconds. All tied up at 11-11. Brewton-Parker has enjoyed a 3-point lead. Judson enjoyed a 2-point lead to get things started with their first basket. All knotted up right now. Two players with 6 points or more. Dominique Hayes with 6 for Brewton-Parker. Emmeline Wright with 7. That foul going on Sims. Her second foul of the contest. Wright will go to the line where she is 1 for 2 today. She now has 8 points. Haynes on the far side, cross-court pass, a dangerous pass to Ivy. Ivy tries to cut to the baseline, will put it up, soft touch, no good. Rebound, yanked down by Johnson. Judson on the attack. So the foul will go on Duckworth. It'll be a simple inbound. Emmeline Wright will do it. Nope, correction. McCauley will make the inbound. Danny McCauley, a 5'8" sophomore from Ringwood, Illinois. Underneath to Wright. Perfect placement, and Wright is just tearing it up. She now has 11 points. She is also 3 for 4 at the line and a chance to add to that number. Eyes the basket. It is up and it is good. 16-11, 4:39 to play first quarter. Brewton-Parker basketball. They are trailing by 5. Down low, Ivy can't get it to go. The rebound from Banks, quickly firing it out to Johnson. Cuts to the inside, waits. Deals it off to Pruitt. She'll put it up from the low block, up and good. Banks it in. Pruitt now has 4 points. 18-11 the score, foul underneath. And going to the line, it sure looks like it, is Haynes. The foul will go on McCauley. First one on the way, it is up and it is good. Haynes now with 7 points. She is 4 for 5 at the line. Averages about 10 points a contest. Eyes the basket, that one is up and it is good. So cuts the lead back down to 5. As big as 7, but right now it is at 5. 18-13, 4 minutes to play first quarter. Right, high over the head, dribbles to the right, pulls up, top of the key, got it. She is on fire. She has yet to miss from behind the arc. A perfect 3 for 3 for Wright. Wright will try to take it to the baseline. She'll back it off. Waits for the reinforcements to come. Deals it down low to Pruitt. Pruitt no good. Scooping it up. King through traffic. Dumps it down low. Can't find the handle. Almost lost from Hadley. And it is. 21-13. 3:21 to play first quarter. Pressure still continues. Banks tries to outrun it. Deals it into the corner on the right side. McCauley up top to Pruitt. Down low, right. Battling for it. Brewton-Parker comes up with it on the run. That's King. King will let fly from 3. That one will bounce away. And folks, that is just the third 3-point miss of this contest. A correction, that is just the second. Judson on a 13-2 run. Shake and bake from King, top of the key. She'll deal it down low. Intercepted. Here comes Banks through traffic. She's met by King, picks up a token screen from her teammate, Pruitt, now to the near side. Picking it up is McCauley. McCauley on the wing right. Back up top to Keene. Now to the far side to Johnson. Underneath, Keene will put it up and in. Perfect execution, perfect patience, perfect timing. It is 23-13. Judson leading Brewton-Parker on the NCCAA Championship Network.
Let's welcome the 4th graders of Jefferson Elementary Spartans. Way to be here, kids. I did say Jefferson Elementary Spartans are in the house. Oh, one more time. When you hear Spartans, you can shout, Jefferson Elementary Spartans. All right.
2:05 to play, first quarter, 23-13. And if you were wondering, Brewton-Parker shooting 30%, 72%. Or if you like to estimate, 73% field goal shooting for the Judson Eagles. Works her way inside, Hadley. So she will lose it. Keene looking for her options, deals it back to Mahar. The long pass to McCauley. McCauley swings it off to Mahar. Trying the pressure, not as intense as it was, but still. Up, no good. The rebound, yanking it down. That's Wilds. That's her second rebound in this contest. 23-13. She'll put it back up. Wilds will. And like her name, the shot was wild off target. Banks looks at her up. .16 seconds and counting down. 23-13 on the run. Spins and rolls away. And that possession will come up void. King to the half court. Off to Haynes. Haynes into the paint. Takes it inside like a ball in the china shop. It's now 23-15. That ends a scoreless streak of more than 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Off to the far sides. McCauley lets it go. No good on the three attempt. Underneath. Circles the wagons. McCauley will deal it back up top. Mahar will launch it from three, and she got it. Four for 5 from behind the arc for Judson. The putback from Wilds at the buzzer. Did it count? They say it did. So we go to the second quarter. It is Judson 26, Brewton-Parker 17 on the NCAA Championship Network. Welcome back to the NCCAA Championship Network. This is women's basketball action from the Women's Division I National Championship. Judson on top of Brewton-Parker, the number 7 team in this tournament, leading by 12 over the number 2 seeded Barons.
Number
36-24, 4:22 to play here in the second quarter. The inbound to Johnson. Off to Wright. And Wright will hit the deck. She will go to the line. Looks like the foul would be on Haynes with the push. That is her first foul for Haynes. And Wright goes to the line where she is 6 for 7 so far with 23 points. And remember, we have only played just about 12 minutes. That is up, it is good. So make that 7 of 8 with 24 points now for Emmeline Wright. Makes that one. (38-24), 4 minutes remaining. Well, the foul will go on Keene. That is her first. Sims at the line taking her first free throws today. It is up and it is good. Cuts the lead down to 13. (38-25) in the air. That one is good. Sims will now improve her tally to 2 points on 2 for 2 free throw shooting. Keene on the wing to Banks inside to Mahar. Mahar scrambling to get it back. Now back up top to Mahar. Underneath Keene has an open look, bounces and bumps against bodies. She will go to the line. The foul underneath looks like it's going to go on Sims. It is Sims. That is her second. Keene goes to the line for the first time. It is good. Another one on the way. And that one is good. Oh. What did it? Second quarter action, excuse me. Up and good from Banks. Her first points of the game. After 2 misses earlier. To the baseline, Sims with the charge. Pretty good call right there. Eagles take the timeout. We'll take the timeout too. This is the NCCAA Championship Network.
All right, Jefferson Park, you ready for this?
(42-28) second quarter action. 14-point advantage. It's been as much as 14. Keene has it on the wing right. Will fire it up top to McCauley. Posting up from the left elbow, makes her move to the inside. Gets it swatted away inside Hadley, but Hadley will get the foul. And going to the line to shoot two. Nope, it's just a regular foul. The inbound to Pruitt. Gets it swiped on the run. Brewton-Parker gets it knocked out of bounds. Galloway too hard on the pass to the low block. .219 remaining here in the second quarter. Galloway makes the inbound pass. Swings it off to Ivy, opposite side. Through the double team, turning around, no good of the miss from Hadley. (42-28), under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. A 60% field goal shooting quarter in the first quarter. McCauley at her first points of the game. Banks with the basket. She now has 4. The lead goes up to 15. No good. Battle for it. Wright has it. Just under a minute to play in the first half. Wright, 25 points in the first half. Wright comes at it again. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Puts it up. Hits iron, and they'll reset. Banks high away from the point. McCauley out to get it. Back to Banks. She swings it to Johnson, to Banks. To Wright. She will air a 3. Nope. The rebound, that is pulled down by Hadley. On the run, the far side. And setting it up, Galloway, no good. We will end the first half. It is Judson 46, Brewton-Parker 31. This is the NCCAA Championship Network. We are back. Third quarter action on the NCCAA Championship Network. Dean Jackson along with you, and it was all Judson in the first quarter, shooting 45%, 15 of 33. In fact, hitting 60% in the first quarter. Emily Wright tries to work her way to the baseline, doesn't get it to go, and a little frustrated with that move down there, and maybe trying to plead her case just a little bit to the officials. In the first half, all she did was score 25 points, including 5 of 8 from behind the arc. Underneath, Hadley no good, gets her own rebound. That one is good. And it's now a 46-33 game. Back to Emily Wright, 25 points, 6 of 12 from the field, including 5 of 8 from behind the arc. 8 rebounds, 8 of 9 at the free throw line. So I would say that this game will essentially solidify her in all tournament team honors, if not more. Weaving her way through traffic is Wilds to the corner. Launching from 3, no good. Wright with the rebound, that is her 9th. 8:37 to play, third quarter. Mahar down low to Wright, up and good. And did she get the foul? So count the basket. And she will go to the line where she has only missed once this afternoon. 27 points for the junior. It is good. And now she has 28. And we have plenty of time to add to that total. Haynes at the line where she will shoot 2. (49-34). Wright launches from 3. That one airballs. A rare miss from the marksman, Emily Wright. Eagles get the basketball back. Banks waits for the right look. Now to the outside to Johnson. No good. Swiping it underneath as she streaks through the baseline and out is Haynes. Dominic Haynes to the basket. Hits the bottom of the rim. And Wright underneath. Through traffic. Up and good. A dangerous pass to Pruitt. Almost. And a collision at midcourt. Wright and Haynes. And I tell you what, we saw it set up over here after the play where Haynes was barreling down. And I don't necessarily think that there was any ill feelings, but there was certainly a lot of competition in the eyes of Dominic Hayes. And she's slow to get up. By the way, Pruitt underneath after that pass. A pass that was heavily congested, and Wright triggered it. A bullet pass right on target, up and in for Pruitt, who now has 10. So Haynes will be marched to the sideline, and it looks, just early speculation, that she will be out for at least a little bit as she has to be helped to the sideline. Emmeline Wright seems to be none the worse for wear. But Haynes, the team's leading scorer with 14, has been escorted off the court to a area just behind where she will be looked at by the trainer, laying down on the training table as well. 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Banks to the half court. Guarded very tightly by Ivy. Back up top to Mahar. Mahar scoots it down low. Underneath. Right, wants traffic to clear underneath. To the outside of Johnson. She'll come to the baseline, kicks it off to right. Toes just inside the line. That one was a two-pointer. So she now has 30. 8 of 15 shooting from the field. (53-34). The scramble. Well, Hayes will find her spot on the bench. She is still walking quite gingerly, as it were. Mahar will bring it in for the Judson Eagles. She'll get it back underneath her own basket. Quickly fires to Pruitt to the half court. Waits for traffic to pass. Banks. Now to Mahar. She will launch from three. That one bangs on the iron. We got a jump underneath, or we got a foul underneath. It looks like it would go on Hopkins, and that is on Hopkins, the first. That is the second foul for Brewton-Parker. Mahar launches again. Resets right. Up top, no good. Hopkins fires to Hadley. Hadley with three players right in front of her, nails it. With that, a timeout from PPC. The Barons timeout. We will take the timeout as well. It is 53-36 on the NCCAA Championship Network. .604 to play, third quarter. A 17-point lead, chance to make it 19, right underneath. Waits, puts it up, no good. The rebound to the Barons. Hopkins looks it off, now up top to Wild. She'll launch the three. That falls short. The rebound to Banks. She'll streak it out. It almost goes out of bounds. Pruitt now underneath to Wright. Wright draws the foul underneath. And I'm going to tell you something. If you've been watching this game for any length of time, Wright has been on the deck a lot more than she's been on it. It seems like it. She got a collision. She's getting knocked to the turf or to the court underneath. She will go to the line. She is 9 for 10 and got it. And with that, she now has 31 points. We have played all of 24 and a half minutes. Another one up and good. It is now 55-36. A 19-point lead. This is as high as Judson has seen it. Sims works to the inside, got the basket. She got the foul. She'll go to the line. Pruitt will get hit with the foul. For Pruitt, that is her first personal foul. That is the second foul of the quarter. Sims to the line. She is 2 for 2. Make that 3 for 3. 55-39. Having trouble. Timeout called by Judson. We'll take the timeout as well. This is the NCCAA Division I Basketball Championships on the NCCAA Championship Network. Pass almost intercepted underneath, and now it's snagged away from Wilds. Wilds almost snagged it from Colt McCauley to begin with. The held ball, the possession arrow goes to Brewton-Parker. 55-39, just over 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Wilds puts it up. Got it. She now has 4. Correction, make that 5. 55-42, on the run. The pressure is coming. Banks looking at 16 on the shot clock. It goes down low to Wright. Wright works her way inside, puts it up, finds the hole, gets her own rebound. 2-on-2 in a battle of rebounding down there. And again, in the midst of it, hitting the deck is Wright. And she looks to be in a little bit of pain now. She hasn't showed it until this point. Swings it up top to Pruitt. Now to McCauley. McCauley works free. A correction, that was actually Banks. Now Wright. She'll work it. Scramble for it again. Puts it up from 15. Bangs out. And a foul. It'll be an offensive foul going against Judson. 4:18 remaining in the third quarter. It has been as much as 19 points. Right now, it is at 13. And another offensive foul. And Brewton-Parker will cough it up. Right to make the inbound pass underneath their own basket. 4:04 remaining in the third quarter. Wright wants him to clear out once more, but instead goes close. Deals it off to Johnson. Johnson with the travel. She didn't know what direction to go and hesitated just for a moment, and everybody in the arena saw it. 55-42. 3:58 remaining. into the corner. Brewton-Parker basketball. They're trailing by 13. Wilds on the run, got it on the bank. Wilds, she now has 7 points. And with it, she is also 3 for 6 from the field. Wilds comes up with a steal, deals it off. Works her way inside. It's up and good. Rainey with her first basket of the game. And now all of a sudden we've got a single-digit game. With the pressure on, McCauley brings it to the half court. Sets it up in the left corner. Intercepted and a collision at half court. The foul on Johnson. That'll be her third. Mahar will check back in. And I tell you, this Barons team has really turned up the intensity. They are battling for every ball, battling for every pass, and fighting for every rebound. Rainey puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound underneath. 4-on-1, and still it comes up, and it will go to the Barons. 3:47 remaining, third quarter. Wilds will trigger it in. The hook shot, no good. Mahar with the rebound. Mahar tonight has this morning has picked up 2 rebounds. But they've been big ones. Right, down low, finds the opening, puts it up in the reverse, and a foul. It looks like it's going to go on Wilds, and if that is true, that will be her first foul. Instead, it will go on Hopkins. That is her second. So it goes to bonus time now, right at the line where she is 11 for 12. Puts it up and got it. She now has 33. Remember, she had 25 in the first half. A 20-point advantage, a 10-point advantage, excuse me, and this is on the second one. Wilds from 3, nope. And still a battle for it. Wilds has it back, has an opening into the paint. Off to Hopkins. Hopkins gets it to go. (56-48) underneath right. She'll put it up and in. Back to a 10-point game. With that, Wright now has 35. Absolutely on fire. 9 of 19. 33 of 58 points coming from Wright. Hopkins shake and bakes through the paint, weaves her way in, up, no good. Mahar the rebound, battling for it. Swings it off to Wild. She puts it up from 10. Nope. And still a scramble, and this one will go. The foul will go against BPC. So again, everything from this point out will be a free throw. Everything will be 2 free throws. 1:23 left in the third quarter. To the line is Pruitt. She's got 10 points. She misses that one. That, her first free throw attempt on the afternoon. 58-48. Pruitt, a 5'11" sophomore from Waukegan, Illinois. Keene, the rebound to Wright. And all of a sudden, Judson's fantastic field goal shooting has come down to earth, 38.8%. Judson 1 of 9 over their last 9 shots. BPC not much better at 1 of 12. Right to the line. She's got 35 points. She's gone to the line 14 times. Make that 15, where she is 13 of 15. She has 36 points now. And another one is good. 14 of 16 for 37 points. Just under a minute of travel. So 55.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Mahar to make the inbound. And Haynes back in the game. And it looked like she was going to be out for a while. And certainly she was for a bit. But she's back. Gets it swatted away. Just enough hesitation. McCauley has her shot sent into the front row. It's been as close as 9 in the third quarter. Right now it's hovering at 12. Mahar on the baseline. And the McCauley up top to Keene. Swings it off to McCauley. To Banks. Down low. Mahar makes her move to the inside. Gets it swatted away. And BPC is trying to get it clear. Haynes threads the needle up. No good. Banks with the rebound. She'll turn the wagons on to the other side. Right, looking at 13 on the game clock. Third quarter action. A 12-point lead. Travel underneath. Wright would probably say that she got caught up with a defender, but nonetheless. So with 8 seconds remaining, the Barons have the basketball back probably for the last time in this quarter. Judson up, no good, and that will do it for the third quarter. The last time Judson lost the lead was in the first quarter at 11-8, and they have led ever since. We go to the fourth quarter. Judson 60, BPC 48. This is the NCCAA Championship Network. We go to the final quarter, a 12-point lead for Judson. And remember, Judson, the underdog, at least in the seedings, at the number 7 seed. But don't tell that to Emmeline Wright. 37 points, and she's still got another 10 minutes to go. Like the little engine that could. And we've seen some good players today. But Wright may have set the new standard, and certainly just by this game alone has to be in consideration for the all-conference or all-tournament team. So Wright will go to the line, 14 of 16. 37 points. He had 25 in the first half. Up and good. Second one on the way. And it is good. So now, 39 points for Wright. Up, no good. Hadley misses the rebound. And that is one thing that Judson has been fantastic on this afternoon. They have not given BPC many looks at the basket. Underneath, and again, a collision. And who do you think is in the middle of it? Wright.
Judson foul by Eddie Wright, player foul number 2. Team's first.
Wright will get the foul, her second.
Opportunity for the Lady Barons, Dominique Haynes.
Haynes to the line. She scored 16 points this afternoon. Leading scorer for the Barons. The only player in double digits for the Barons. Wright somehow manages to work it free to Keene. And the pressure is on for sure. If you thought it was intense before, it's crazy intense now as bodies go flying everywhere. 62-50. 9:05 remaining in the third quarter. It's been as big as 19 points. It's at 12 right now. To the outside. And it will be an Eagles basketball. And of course, the idea behind the pressure is that Brewton-Parker needs to get the ball back, and they're trying to force turnovers. But Judson has been pretty effective with their passing game. They need to pass long, they can pass long. If they need to pass short, they can pass short. They're able to use screens. It is a very well executed response to the press. And Hadley is doubled over. Looks like she took it to the eye, an elbow to the eye, perhaps. 62-50. Keene over to Wright. Right now down to Keene. She'll put it up from three. Falls short. Catching the rebound on the run. Rainey off to the far side. And putting it up from three. No good. Quickly ending that possession as Pruitt's rebound. And Keene to the half court. Pruitt pivots it ahead. Now off to Wright. Wright works her way into the paint, throws it up. Off the rim, no good. Working free is Haynes. Haynes into the corner. That to Rainey, now dealing it off to Wild. Wright breaks free. One-on-one, will put it up. Off glass, got it. Answering from the other side, Haynes.
From Dominique Haynes, 30-second Lady Barons timeout. Both ends of the teams are coming in. Eden Duckworth, Victoria Johnson have reported in. And they'll be on the court following 30-second Lady Barons timeout.
64-53 on the NCCAA Championship Network. Judson on top, holding to an 11-point lead. And to say this is an upset may not be appropriate because there has never been any doubt for Judson. They took the lead late in the first quarter and didn't look back, building it to as big as 19. But Brewton-Parker really trying to make something happen with their turnovers. A lot of things can happen in 7 minutes, 26 seconds, and Judson trying to stay disciplined, trying to stay focused. And they have done a pretty good job so far. They have answered the press. "14 turnovers for Judson, 13 turnovers for Brewton-Parker." And by the way, those turnovers, and they've thrown everything at them. 8 turnovers in this half. So not much difference between the first half and the second half, given the intensity of the pressure. And you see it there, right. Met by all kinds of resistance. She'll dribble free, deals it off. Back up to Keene. To the far side to Johnson. Johnson looks at the Banks. She'll move to the inside, puts it up on the rim, and we'll have a foul. Hopkins with her third foul. Emma Sims, the only player in real foul trouble with 4, and she's been on the bench for a while. Right, weaves to the inside, nowhere near the basket. That hurts, an 11-point lead. 64-53. Under 6:50 to play, fourth quarter. Wilds leans it up from 19 for 3. Tied up into the paint. And it sure looks like Duckworth will get the foul. Nope, it's going to be Maya Hopkins. That is her 4th. So now 2 players with 4 fouls for Brewton-Parker. I would assume that Hopkins would stay in at least for a while. But going out is Wilds. Coming in is King. LaToya King will come in, give a breather to Wilds. Johnson off to right. That one bangs off the iron. Scramble for it. Kicks it back up top to Banks. To Mahar. 23 on the shot clock. Underneath. Off glass, no good. Rebound yanked down by the Barons. 64-53. 6:10 remaining in the fourth quarter, and a crazy 3 going down from King. 64-56. King with her first free-pointer of the day. Intercepted, lost out of bounds, and Judson gets it back right, puts it up. No basket. Foul before the shot. Hadley with the foul, that is her 3rd. Now, she now has 3 fouls and 2 players with 4 fouls. Right, 41 points. Just 41 points. An ill-advised pass, threw it just over her head, and just enough confusion to buy her time, and then the long 3. Wright really forced that pass. Two things were going to happen. She had to throw it over her head and had to thread the needle, which was going to be a difficult maneuver for the would-be receiver to grab it, and it was. And as tight as it was, she could have waited a second for some separation.
Time has been adjusted by the official. Judson now has been credited with a 30-second timeout.
So Judson takes the timeout. We will take the timeout as well. Judson on top, 64-59. This is the NCCAA Women's Division I Championship, and we'll keep it right here. (64-59). Looking long. Mahar almost gets it intercepted. Still a game of hot potato, and then BPC comes up with it from the corner, bangs on the rim, and that drops. And boy, oh boy, has this game changed. A 2-point contest. Coming back from 19 points. Right, works it to the half court. To Banks, to Mahar. Every possession of extreme importance now. Knocked out of bounds, it stays with Judson. And so apparently there was supposed to be the PA announcer thought there was supposed to be a media timeout. Tell you what, this is a ball hawking defense that's fighting for everything. And Banks with the big basket. She now has 6, but I don't think she could have had a bigger basket than that one. A 12-2 run before that shot. And now a chance to cut it to a 1-point game. The foul will go on Pruitt. Up, no good. 66-64. And a rare miss. This is a team that's hitting 81% for the game before that shot. Up, no good. BPC in the midst of a 14-2 run over the last 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Timeout is taken. We'll take the timeout as well. A 2-point game. Judson over Brewton-Parker in the NCCAA Women's D1 Championship. We'll be back. This is the NCCAA Championship Network. 66-64. Just over 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And we've got a good one. Rainey trying to work her way inside. Back to Rainey now. Rainey will pull up from three. No good. Gets her own rebound. Will put it up. That one no good and draws the foul. Rainey noticeably excited as she's doing a happy dance after the foul. She goes to the line where she has yet to make a free throw today. She's yet to attempt one, for that matter. It is up and it is good. A 1-point contest. Remember, it was a 19-point lead in the third quarter, and we have a tie game. 55-36 at the 5:30 mark in the third quarter. It's all about the basketball now and getting it back. And for Judson, it should be about good possessions and scoring. Banks eyeballing Rainey near the logo, between the keys, between the rings. Wright works free. Has an opening down low, gets it swatted away by Hadley. Hadley has 4 blocks this afternoon. Pruitt to the baseline, up, and it is good. Another big play by Pruitt. Pruitt has 10 points. King to the half court. 3:11 to play in this. A 2-point advantage. Hard to the basket. Haynes gets stuffed, and they're going to say a foul on Pruitt. And Pruitt says, "What are you talking about?" So Haynes goes to the line where she is shooting 7 of 10 this afternoon. Chance to tie it up if she makes both. And the foul, number 4 on Pruitt. And that is good. Pruitt, a key cog in this machine, 12 points. She's got 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Second one is up, and that is no good. And they're saying, okay, it looked like BPC initially thought it was a lane violation. Judson never had that indication. Off to Johnson. She spins it around. Mahar. Right now they're working for the right shot and a travel. Johnson doesn't know what she did. Well, anyways, we know what the call was. 2:52 remaining, a 1-point lead. The Eagles. They have led since midway through the first quarter. Mahar to make the inbound. Mahar is free, deals it off to Pruitt. Back to Banks. It's all about good passes. A 15-footer, nothing but net. A 3-point lead for Judson. Wilds, who remember was shaken up and she was gone for at least 3 or 4 minutes, is back and setting up quite a storyline as she's able to contribute. She now has 20. Rainey underneath the Hadley, going up against Pruitt, loses it, thinks better of it, deals it off, and Mahar comes up with it, swinging elbows to protect that basketball. Wright races to the half court. Banks works to the left to Wright, Wright to the left to the elbow, didn't see it coming. Swiped underneath by King, up and in. A 1-point game. Wright was anticipating her next move and did not anticipate King sweeping in for the steal. And with that as well, there's a foul that we didn't catch. So Wright now picks up 3 fouls and a chance to tie it up. First free throw of the game for King, and she makes it. And we have a tie game again. 70-70. 90 seconds remaining in this titanic struggle. Banks carefully dribbling to the top of the key. Works it to Wright. Wright, who's got 41 points, just got her pocket picked a few moments ago by King. And we got a foul on the drive. Rainey will be hit with the foul. That is her third. So now we have 2 players with 3 fouls and 2 players with 4. And those 2 players with 4 aren't even anywhere close to playing. 1:14 to play in the fourth quarter. That is up. It is good. Banks gives Judson a little breathing room and a little ease in breathing as well. Banks now has another basket. She is 2 for 2 at the line, and she has 10 points. 3 players now in double digits for these Eagles. Underneath, Hadley puts it up, no good. Battle for the rebound, gets it back, and that one is good. A tie game yet again. 72-72, under a minute. Mahar to Pruitt. Off to Johnson, who's free, gives it to Banks. A timeout is called by Judson. We take the timeout as well. All tied up, 72-72. Brewton-Parker and Judson. This is the NCCAA Championship Network. We are back. It is 72-72. Judson and Brewton-Parker going to the final 30 seconds. Wright off to Mahar. Dealing it to Wright. Down low, a collision. Loses it out of bounds. And it gets overruled. It's going to stay with Judson. Brewton-Parker trailed by 19 points at one juncture, 55-36. Since that time, they have gone on a 36-17 run to pull even. Wright puts it up, no good. The battle for it, and it's going to be a foul. It looks like it will go against Johnson as she scrambled and tuffled with Johnson for that loose basketball. And that is her 4th foul. So we now have 2 players with 4 personal fouls for Judson. Pruitt on the low block. 17 seconds remaining. Up and good. A 1-point advantage for Brewton-Parker. 21 points now for Dominic Hayes. Another one on the way. She makes it. The final 15 seconds, a 2-point advantage for Brewton-Parker. Underneath, they lose it on the baseline. And a foul that will send Johnson to the bench. That is her 5th. 8.1 seconds remaining. 11 turnovers in the second half. Judson commits 11 turnovers in the second half to the line. Wilds. She misses. So with 8.1 seconds, Judson would have a chance to tie it up with a 3-pointer. And of course, Emmeline Wright is 5 for 9, and that one is good. Certainly a timeout is coming. Seven seconds to the half court right. She will work free from the corner, puts it up, does not get it. And Judson will see the wagon wheels fall off, losing a 19-point lead. And give credit to Brewton-Parker. They did everything they could. They threw everything that they could at this Judson team to mount the 38-17 comeback after being down by as many as 19. Final numbers in this one, Emmeline Wright scoring 41 points. Dominic Hayes, though, steals the show with 21. 2 players in double digits for Brewton-Parker, 3 players in double digits for Judson, as their contest will send them now. Their loss will now send them to the losers bracket. We'll come back with more. This is the NCCAA Championship Network.